time active winningest driver. Moves himself up to second place. In the wall hard goes Casey Kane and Martin Truex. Wow.
That was huge. Look at that car. And you think we're not going fast here.
Martin's all right. Unhooks his cool tube.
Look at that thing.
What a hit. And Casey Kane is moving around in his car.
Martin went over to check on him.
Darrell, that might be the hardest hit I've ever seen at this small a racetrack.
I tell you, that was amazing. Look at that race car. It is demolished.
You think they're not going fast here? Watch this. Darrell, I get a feeling something happened to Martin Truex Jr. Now, too, with the same problem. Labonte?
They're running.
And Kenton.
You know, they're running at such a fast pace. I mean, we're running 184 miles an hour.
Big crash, turn 3. Tommy Baldwin gets piled up with the 42 of Montoya.
In there too.
Landon Castle, Martin Truex, Carl Edwards are all involved as one car slowed in the top lane. Terry Labonte and everybody else piled in. Caution. Kenseth onto pit road. Now pit road is closed. They will take a look and see if he was on pit road prior to the caution.
Yeah, as long as he got by there before that caution came out, he'll be just fine. Talking about Matt Kenseth, a lot of damage to Dave Blaney's 36 and a host of others.
Several cars were running out of gas. Somebody up into turn number 3 stacked them up. Watch the two white cars on the inside line as they come to turn 3. Whoa.
Looks like Blaney might have hooked.
Was that Castle?
Castle, I think it was. And that started out. Oh, and then Jeff Gordon gets pounded by Martin Truex Jr. He hit that wall hard, Jeff Gordon did.
Now he drove away. Jeff Gordon.
The third time tonight, Montoya involved. You see the damage for Truex? Now let's look at the replay at what happened.
You look at the run Denny has on the 56. It's almost like he got the 56 of Martin Truex arrow loose. He never touched him. And sometimes when you have such a run on a guy in the corner like that, you can get somebody that loose. But I'm just, that's what it looked like. I don't know if the 56 just broke loose or.
Yeah, because you see the 56 almost start to get sideways before they ever touch. Before they ever touch from that angle, it looks like.
But what?
Well, the 18 is right there.
Watch from the 18 car. Let's see.
I think
what kind
he got
of a run the 11
damage.
has.
I think Kyle Busch got a little damage on that right front headlight.
Junior, see, he's on the bottom all of a sudden. So, there's no more playing. It's time to go. If I'm Kyle Busch, I'm contesting this spot.
Who has the better restart? A drag race into turn 1. Oh, Kyle Busch slides and does the 78. They both go up into the wall through turn 1. Caution comes out. Fighting for the spot. The 18 got loose up high. The 78 was loose down low. 78 split up and hit the 18. They both go around. Big flames underneath the hood of Martin Truex Jr.'s car. He jumps out of it. They have fire suppression systems under the hood, as well as in the driver's compartment and in the trunk where the fuel cell is. So that fire suppression system working to put the fire out, but there were some big flames rolling out from underneath the hood. Martin Truex Jr. not happy at all.
Well, Rick, it all started, you heard Marty's report. For most of the day, they've been allowing each other. The lead car, the control car, has been taking the outside. The other car has been letting that leader in. Jeff, you said it was time to contest, time to race down to turn one side by side. And that is exactly what created this accident. Two drivers trying to win one of the marquee races of the year.
And once again, Kyle Busch dominating the race and not going to be in victory lane. So this trend of 2017 continues. Here you go. Kyle Busch on the outside. Just rolls up on the outside of 78. 78 gets loose, just like we saw Ricky Stenhouse Jr. a minute ago. Got loose getting in the corner. Could not hold the car on the bottom. Gets in the side of the 18. Ty Dillon, great job not running into the side of Kyle Busch. This is racing. This is side by side. I know it's 49 to go, but it's side by side racing for the win. You saw the wiggle from Martin Truex Jr. He just could not hold the car on the bottom without being loose. Had to turn the car to the right or he would have spun out and got into the side of the 18. It's hard racing. It's track position.
And the big one happens at Daytona. Kyle Busch goes around in front of 3 or 4 other cars, collecting them, and the caution comes out again.
We are closing into the end of this stage, just inside 10 to go. The momentum was kind of building. Everybody was trying to work their way to the front. You see Martin Truex Jr. leaving the scene. Heavy damage on the 78. Though 18 was the first car around for sure, Rick.
Austin Dillon caught up in it. He can't even see over the hood. It has collapsed up to the windshield. Martin Truex Jr. damage. Again, the new rule. You cannot add any body parts to the car on pit road. Take a look at what happened.
Fall on Kyle Busch. Little wiggle right there. I think he had a problem. That thing just turned around on him right in front of the field. So look at all the big impacts, all the smoke. I didn't see any contact before he went around. I saw him wiggle, and then the car turned around sideways.
Well, in front of the field was the key. This is the fear when it comes to Daytona. The accident in the middle of the pack. You have to be mid. You have to be wide open. Look how fast that happened. Joey Logano, a hard impact into Kyle Busch. You see the 42 of Kyle Larson, the 78 of Martin Truex Jr.
He was
many cars damaged.
He was right in front of his brother. Kurt Busch was just behind him when he wiggled. Let's take a look riding along with Dale Jr.
On board with Kyle Larson there. He locks it down, spins it to the inside. I don't see him hit anything too different. Nope, looks like just some minor damage.
Joey Logano just nowhere to go. I mean, it happened so quickly. All you can see is smoke. You heard him lift. He saw that the nose.
For most of the race, Chase Elliott has been stuck mid-pack. He's saying, I can't do anything because it's been 3 wide. Well, now he's out front. He's pretty happy with his race car. He said back in the pack, it was a bit edgy, but as soon as he could get some clean air in that car, he said, I think we're going to have a fast race car. His spotter, Eddie DeHaan, just told him, it's time to be greedy.
There we go. Here we go.
Oh, upside,
Side.
AJ, that was a humdinger.
Yes, it was, and it's there he is upside down, and I hope he's all right. I see him moving around.
He and Chase Elliott in the 24.
Yeah, you just see AJ. He gets up against the 24 here. He's pushing him, and he just gets over to the left-hand side here, and you can't push over there.
Even got himself. He was, it was not something that was intentional. He was just trying to push and help. But it actually even got AJ Allmendinger turned around as also.
Wow, look at
big impact by Danica into that inside wall.
Heck of a lick.
Didn't that happen to her at Daytona where she got into the inside wall and hit hard where a wall jutted out like that?
Now see, I think Chase Elliott was he already had his hands full prior to that. He was trying to get it gathered up, and then AJ came off his rear bumper and then made contact with him again. Also, Logano went for a heck of a ride there. A couple big impacts.
Keselowski's up in there.
Minor damage for Kevin Harvick.
And you can bet Kyle Busch will try to make that happen. He's unbelievably good on the outside on these starts.
10 to go. They come into the restart zone. Kyle Larson, the outside. Carl Edwards on the inside. Green flag back in the air. They're blocking. Good go down low. Carl Edwards into the wall. He got tagged by the 22. Big hits by the 19. And the car
going to try to do. Big fire on the 78, but that's what we thought was going to happen. Obviously, the wreck isn't what we thought. Martin Truex Jr. needs to get out of this race car.
Very aggressive on the restart. The flames rolling out from underneath the hood of the 78. Red flag comes out. Martin Truex Jr. is out of the car. Huge contact for the 19 of Carl Edwards. First it was the inside wall, then he was hit by another car.
A championship's on the line, Rick. The 22 gets a great restart, the 19 blocks. They make contact. Look at the damage on the 19 car. A couple huge impacts.
We thought that's what was going to happen. The 22, Joey Logano, has been so good on restarts all night. The 22 gets a big run. Carl sees him coming. He goes to block. 22 does not slow up, stays in the throttle. Big wreck.
And the 22 really ended up getting a lot better out of that situation, because it looked as though Brad Keselowski laid completely off of him, the 22's teammate.
Well, he wanted nothing to do with it. He didn't want anything to do with the accident or the championship battle. But you see the 48's blocking the 2 to the bottom.
And listen, if you're a Carl Edwards fan, you're upset at Joey Logano. If you're a Joey Logano fan, you're upset at Carl Edwards. That right there is Joey Logano being aggressive.